Hello and welcome. Before we begin, we'd like to take a brief moment to share an important disclaimer. The views, opinions, and statements expressed on the Rascals Lounge podcast are solely those of the host and guests and do not reflect the views of any organization, employer, or sponsor. This podcast is provided as is and is intended solely for informational and entertainment purposes. Discussions on this podcast may include topics such as politics, vaccines, the pharmaceutical industry, professional sports, esports professionals and organizations, content creators, music, medicine, law, science, psychology, herbal medicine, supplements, cannabis, nicotine, alcohol, religious leaders, faith-based beliefs, and other related subjects. All commentary is based on publicly available information, personal experience, or personal opinion. Any references to public figures, political parties, politicians, athletes, organizations, religious groups, or individuals, living or deceased, are opinion-based and are not intended as factual claims or statements that could harm reputations. No content on this podcast is meant to defame, discredit, or negatively impact the reputation of any person, group, political party, religious faith, or entity. The host and guests expressly disclaim all liability for defamation, libel, slander, or any misinterpretation of the views expressed. This podcast does not provide professional advice of any kind. Comments or discussions involving doctors, scientists, psychologists, attorneys, athletes, religious leaders, politicians, or other professionals, including those related to health, training, injuries, performance, the pharmaceutical industry, herbal remedies, supplements, cannabis, nicotine, alcohol, vaccines, or alternative treatments, are intended for general informational purposes only. Listeners should never start, stop, or alter any medication, treatment plan, religious practice, legal action, financial decision, or substance use based solely on content heard on this podcast. Always consult with a licensed professional or qualified advisor in the relevant field before making any decisions related to health, law, religion, finance, or lifestyle. The host and guests make no representations or warranties regarding the accuracy, completeness, or suitability of the information presented, and disclaim all responsibility for errors, omissions, or outcomes resulting from the use of this content. The podcast and its content are provided as is, without any express or implied warranties of any kind. By listening to, reading, or otherwise accessing this podcast, you acknowledge and agree that the Rascals Lounge podcast, including its host and guests, shall not be held liable for any interpretations, actions, or consequences resulting from the content of this program. We strongly encourage all listeners to think critically, do their own research, and form independent judgments before acting on any topic discussed. Listener discretion is advised. Thank you and enjoy the show.
Welcome to the Rascals Lounge podcast.
Finally, it's happening. David Ifidon. Just say your last name, brother.
Ifidon.
Ifidon. Okay, there you go.
The tongue twister.
It is, man. It is. Where's that last name come from? Where are you
It's
from?
Nigerian. I'm part Nigerian, so that's where it comes from.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
No wonder. Okay. So, man, what you been up to, man? Because you've been out. I haven't seen you a while. You weren't even streaming. Nothing. It was like you're like gone for a minute.
Yeah. No, I had a cyst in my wrist, and it was in my playing wrist. It was like fused really to like like right here. It was fused to a block, basically of bone, and it
Wow.
connected two of my bones, like that shouldn't be connected in my hand. So like it was kind of causing a lot of nerve pressure and like kind of like everyday like cerebral pain, like just in like the actual like thinking process of actually like entering flow state, being able to actually like keep staying in the moment. This thing would always kind of pull me out of it and just how much it's hurting. And then it kind of got to the point where I was playing with it towards the end of M80, and it was getting worse. But then towards the end of SSG, like my hand just completely like gave out like to my back, like it was bad. So I really had to take the time to get the surgery and then just let my body really heal. And then after that, I had to build it back to be able to play again.
Wow. So no wonder. So you were out for almost 2 years, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Jeez, man, I bet that put a lot of pressure on you because you wanted to play, and then that's the hand that you use your mouse because you're right-handed, no?
Yes.
Oh man, gosh, do you enter like in some type of depression afterwards? Because I know a lot of people, if they're injured or something, they go into this rabbit hole. They just start sinking down and getting really bad.
hmm No, I definitely felt it. And even you still kind of feel it because it's something that, it's always like a duality of like pushing yourself more or kind
Mhm.
of being afraid to push yourself back into it. But for me, it was just important to just at the beginning, right after the surgery, it was really hard because like I really wanted to play again, like right after. And then when I tried to play again right after and it wasn't working, like I was confused if like, I had made a mistake, if I should have kept playing. Cause like I was receiving offers like all around, like when I was still hurt, deciding to get the surgery at the point where like I had just got the surgery, if I wanted to come back right away. And then I'm getting offers like through the middle of like last year where it's like I just wasn't ready yet. So it was mainly just a battle of listening to my body, and my body was like sad. So I really had to like find ways to kind of rejuvenate myself and kind of bring that youth back into my body. So I really leaned on my friends, my parents in that time to kind of like just find something else inside of me than gaming, because I had just been using gaming to kind of as an outlet for myself and for my emotions for like the last, I don't know, 10 plus years. So
Mhm.
it was a nice break, honestly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, very much needed. Um, the good thing is that you didn't play injured.
I
Um,
did play injured, so it was
you didn't.
worse
Oh my
because
gosh.
I hurt. So I original story, I hurt myself. We were in our build for 2023 invite. I was still on Astralis, and
Hmm.
I was doing like reverse push-ups, like you're on the ground, you have the bar on the safety rack and you're pulling up,
Correct.
and I heard a pop, and I remember that day I took off for practice. I went to get an x-ray. It was clean, but obviously like I took like a day off, I think two honestly in a row. I had a splint and I was just letting it heal, but I definitely felt like just it wasn't like painful, but it wasn't right by any means. But, just the will. So we went to invite, and then that's when we made that miracle run. We got fourth. We end fourth, and then it's like Charles is leaving the scene, and it's again like probably I could have maybe taken more time then to, you know, check it out, but you don't want to lose that momentum you have in your career and where you are. So, I joined M80, and then with M80, the schedule ramped up even more because we made all the tournaments that year. It was just back to back to back, and we even made Gamers 8, so it was another tournament on top of that. And it was just a lot of like repetitive hours playing and just using up everything else in my body besides my arm. And by the time I got towards Atlanta, which was the last event that year, I really wanted to just succeed because it was a hometown event. My family would be there, friends would be there, and that was really when I felt like it changed. Like when I got into like the game, like it was just like really stiff, and I had been doing all of the physio work, like from 2024 through 2026. Like I've been doing physio for like 2 years on it, like consistently, and that was really when I could tell that like what I was doing every day was really deteriorating it, not like building it, like or improving like the health of it. So like that was really when I started to feel like that pressure of I might have to take a break, but can't take a break if that makes sense because it's my job. It's professional. It's a high level circuit. It's intense. So it was a real complicated situation in that terms.
Wow. That's crazy, man. You know, not only in esports, but even in other professional sports, a lot of players go through what you're going through, especially like in the NFL. Quarterbacks go through it a lot. They could be injured, they could be in pain and hurt, but they don't say it because they don't want to get dropped or bench or,
Yeah.
whatever. So they're like, no, coach, I'm good. I'm good. I'm perfectly good. And they're bleeding and
Yeah.
they're bruised up and they're in a lot of pain. And, same thing with you guys, you guys push yourself forward and keep on because you like you said, you guys were in a momentum and you guys were on fire. And it's like you don't want to let the team down. They depend on you and you feel like this obligation, but your body is screaming, you need a break.
Yes.
You need to go see a doctor. This needs to
Yeah.
get corrected. There's pros and cons to it. The cons is that performance-wise, you could start to see some little bit decline, and then, um, let's say, for instance, in the future, you want to go to another org. If they don't know that you were injured, they never knew about it, sometimes they're like, "No, I'll skip him because, he didn't perform that good," but they don't know the truth,
Mhm.
and that's unfortunate, unless other players will say, "Hey, what happened was he was playing injured. He was playing sick, or he
Mhm.
had some, carpal tunnel, or he had something," and, that's the only way, but I understand that, the reason why you push yourself forward, because not only you, I mean, tons of people done it.
Yeah.
Tons, even Tom Brady, the greatest QB of all time, he's even said he had to play it and had to fake his injuries. He was like, "No, I'm perfectly good." But deep inside, he was in pain.
Yeah.
And it happens to a lot of people, man, a lot. I can't even believe it. Like in professional sports, NFL happens a lot. Baseball players, they don't say anything. And then in the off season, they immediately, scream and beg for help, and get recovered.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
So
unfortunate our off season's not that long.
that's the thing. Your off season is not that long, and then probably the time of recovery. How long do you have to take for what was the recovery time on?
So, initially, this was still while I was playing for SSG, the start, I'll tell you the start of it, like, when I really went to the,
Mhm.
like, the high level doctors, because I thought it was my shoulder that was messing up because, like, I had just been dealing with my hand for so long, but it was just, like, my muscles up here were just starting to weaken in my shoulder and my back. So, I went to a shoulder doctor, and he said, best thing is probably to take, like, 6 weeks off. And that's when I'm at the midst of competition trying to qualify for Manchester Major, and I'm like, "I can't take 6 weeks off." So, like, we qualify, we go there, and that's really when I felt like I can't play right now anymore. I've been pushing it for so long that, like, my body's, like, giving in, like, the tire's blown, like, I need to get it checked out, and I had already had, like, the test set up. Uh, they were gonna do a MRI on my shoulder, and they were gonna do a MRI on my hand, and they were for the hand one, they take, like, dye, and they inject it into your wrist to, like, highlight it.
Mhm.
So they did those 2 tests and then found out I had a cyst in my wrist. I had 2 cysts in it, but one of them isn't, like, painful. So they just took the painful one out, but beforehand, my dad wanted to get the surgery, like, right away, but the doc wanted to wait to make sure, like, to see, like, it was actually painful. So, like, they inject you with, like, it's the high level, pain, one that the NFL players use to I forget what it's called. Uh to help, like, just with the pain, and it's
Correct.
but that didn't help at all, so they scheduled the surgery for August, and it was May, so that's when I had a little bit of time to kinda hang out with my friends in that kinda like this 5-month window,
Mhm.
so I spent some time with them and kinda prepared mentally for the surgery, and I got the surgery, and then it was 6 weeks in bed, my hand was in the cast, stitches in, I had to use one hand.
What?
uh, yeah, and so I had to kinda just let it heal 6 weeks like that, and then get the stitches out, and I had to let it heal some more, and then I started hand physio, and then I ran hand physio basically, like, all the way into the middle of last year, and
Mhm.
then I tried to come back and play, but that's when I really felt like sitting down would hurt, and that's when I had to go back to physio, and then I found out that, like, kinda, like, noticed the damage I had done to their surrounding muscles, so I had to work on re-strengthening all of my back, my postural, like, just, like, my straightening, making sure, like, I'm sitting correctly, and that's really helped just bring back my stamina and my strength in playing, so it's kinda been, like, just, getting used to just knowing what parts of my body I need to keep strengthening to keep getting stronger at gaming, so it's been actually, like, nice.
Wow, that's crazy because you wouldn't think you have to go through all that process just to just to sit in front of a computer, you know, you think
Yeah.
about it. It's like, okay, and all for what you had on your wrist, the cyst, and then you gotta fix your posture, whole bunch of stuff is like, what the heck? Just for one small
Yeah.
thing. You wouldn't think you had to, okay, you gotta straighten up your back now, we gotta fix this, you gotta it's like, okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
wow.
It was an yeah, but I feel like that's life,
Yeah.
just new challenges. And because, like I said, after the surgery, the depression of, I didn't really know if I had really achieved anything inside the esports scene, because I feel like it's always very hard to, like, know your just impact when you're in the process, because you're always trying to focus on what's next, and you aren't really always analyzing too much of the surrounding things besides the actual game details. But I felt like it was just nice to kind of my gas got let off the foot. I mean,
Mhm.
my foot got let off the gas, and
Yeah.
it wasn't my intention, but it allowed me to really see just, what I had done. And I feel like that's what allowed me to really want to return and make the return and make the climb back to really solve through all of just my body's like pain. And I felt that if I didn't, I felt like it would have been a big mistake in my life. Like, it was a choice in my life if I would run from the pain or I could go towards it and find solutions. So I've been trying to find the solutions.
Good for you, man. Good for you. Another thing is that now, um, you're 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 back on track. You're doing what you gotta do, and I'm sure you're gonna get picked up soon. But a lot of people don't understand that, like any professional sport, once you're out for such amount of time, especially, in these type of competitive gaming, that you're in, esports, 6 weeks is a lot. Is a
Yeah.
lot. It's like you're not training, you're not doing nothing. A lot of people don't understand and don't know how many hours you gotta train and practice and just play to get to the level that you want to be in, because
Mhm.
professional esports is so totally different. People think that, okay, no, you're just playing a regular video game, whatever. No. Esport requires so much concentration. There's so much stuff to it. And then being out for 6 weeks or to a year, so I mean, it's like you gotta go all the way back to the basics and retrain everything. And then excuse me, your, reflections, so much stuff, you just gotta get back into that
Yeah.
momentum. It takes time.
No. And that's the biggest reason why, like, I haven't returned yet, because I did receive like offers to play, but mainly I'm just thinking, like, in any athlete's sense, like, I just can't return to 100% off the rip. I have to build back into it, keep building my stamina back,
Mhm.
and really just, again, like you said, build that momentum to play. And I feel like, it's been going great. My body's been getting stronger, it's not been getting weaker. So that's really the main signs I've been looking for, just to know that I can, like, actually kind of go back into like that push state where you really push yourself, but then also have that good relationship with myself that I can actually have good conversation and take good off days, more or less, to actually rest, not the
Mhm.
ones where it's like you're taking an off day because you don't want to go or you don't want to train, those type of days. So it's really just been important to find that balance.
Wow. Well, I tip my hat off to you because I respect that, because a lot of uh a lot of players don't care about that. They rather get picked up knowing that they're at 70% level. They're giving out, they could give us 70%. You, on the other hand, you want to give 100%.
Y-
And you want to make sure that before you get picked up, I'm at 100%, I'm on my peak, I'm doing good, I'm on fire.
Yeah,
'Cause you don't
basically.
wanna get picked up by an org, and this org gets disappointed because they're gonna be comparing you what you did in the past.
Yeah.
And they're gonna say, "Wait 1 second, he's not playing the same. He's not doing this," and they're already thinking, "Okay, we gotta drop him." And you don't want that because you got your name and it's attached to your legacy and all what you have accomplished and what you have done. And I respect that about you because you don't wanna go in giving 70% or 50%. You wanna go in giving 100%.
Yeah.
And that's admirable. I think right now whoever's probably listening is like, "Okay, we gotta pick this guy up. I don't care now. Let's pick him up," Let's pick him up. Forget
Um,
it.
just waiting for that right opportunity to get back at it. Like you said, like I've played at 110%, like at like
Mhm,
50%, and it just diminishes you. Like you can do it, and your body, your mind can, like, you can do anything that's possible. But like sometimes, like, is the juice worth the squeeze? And like that's what you always really have to ask yourself in that sense, to make sure you're always getting the most out of yourself.
Now, were you always a gamer even before you got into Rainbow Six
Yeah.
or you just okay, you were?
Like I've been playing games since I was 3, but like competitively, like I'd say like Rainbow Six is what made me switch competitively, because like I was mainly basketball was my main
Okay.
competition. Like I love basketball. I played point guard. I feel like that's
Mhm,
what gives me like the eye to call, and like just like a good kind of team person leader. I've just had a lot of experience with it and just picking
mhm.
people up. So that was really my main passion. Uh, but then around 8th grade, 9th grade, I was like, I just kind of want to go pro in gaming. And that's really when I made just a mental switch to kind of treat gaming more seriously than just kind of a hobby and fun. Just looking more out like what I can get out of each day, like practicing, whether that's ranked or scrims. And then ultimately they just kept building and building and building and building and building. And so what we like created on Astralis, like that real like team, like culture, like true grit, like it felt like actual like sports team, the way we operated.
Were your parents very supportive, of this type of switch? Because, I mean, usually parents are like, "No, stick to basketball," because 'cause they're thinking already NBA. If you
Yeah.
do good, you got scholarships and all this.
Hmm.
They wouldn't think like, "Okay, yeah, go to esports," They're probably like how supportive were they? I mean, was your dad cool about it?
Yeah. My mom was a little bit like, she had big basketball dreams for me. So she
Mhm,
was like a little bit confused. But my dad, he was a bit cool because I feel like he understood, because he used to coach me. And that last season, in practice, usually there's more of a like there's like a fire in anything you do, like whether it's a game, whether it's practice. And my fire had kind of dissipated from practice, and but I still didn't let it bother me in the game. But like I was starting to just lean into gaming, and it really wasn't like it really wasn't like a fake thing. Like it was like a true like pull to just like the game. And I was honest with them about it, and they respected it, and they trusted me with it. And they helped me get my PC, uh to actually like get to actually be even able to play uh on PC, because I
mhm.
was on Xbox at the time saying this. And yeah, I just spent my high school just grinding, and they supported me. I would help work in the restaurant, and they owned it. So, I would help them out a little bit, and then I would grind, and then I would just do my schoolwork. And that was really high school.
Yeah, usually parents are kinda iffy. They're like, how are you gonna make any money on this?" But once you tell them how much money, they're like, "You better get in that room right now and start playing, young man."
Yeah. And they saw some checks come in like when I was in high school, and they're like, okay, this is real.
Yeah. You had to prove it to them, man.
Yeah.
Say, "Dad, look." He's like, "Man, I don't know if I made this much at the restaurant this day on one day." Wow. That's amazing. I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's funny because a lot of parents go through this with their kids. I mean, you gotta understand because our parents, they only know Nintendo, Pac-Man and Mario. They're
Yeah.
like they don't know, it's like, how can you make money off of playing this?
Hmm.
But once they learn and they understand that esports is a professional career and they could, get all this information, they will learn more
Mhm.
about it and then they'll be more open to it. But
Yeah.
once they start seeing that money coming in, they're like, okay,
Mm.
now we get it.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, you used to always stream as well? You made money on the side streaming, or you just made more of your money on just competing?
I made more of it on just competing.
Just
I
competing, okay.
When I was a rookie, I wanted to get the check mark, and I
Mhm.
got my check mark, and then, like, I felt like I was streaming a lot outside of practice, so then I kind of just I don't know, like, I'm a competitor, and I just gravitated towards competitiveness, and that meant spending more time after practice, focus on the game, and then that also took more energy out of me during the day, like helping like run the team, just being a leader, like it took more out of you. So just the energy, like to stream after that was just like dipped. So, I feel like when I was at the height of competing, I wasn't streaming really that much because I was just like mainly focused on just the competition part. But as a rookie, yeah, I liked it a lot. And then now too, I'm really enjoying that aspect of streaming again because it's more or less just community and being
Mhm.
able to like talk to people and just conversate with people. So that's been really enjoyable. And also to just be gaming again too. So I feel like if I do return to pro play, or when I return to pro play, should I say, I feel like there will be more streams because it's more of a relaxing thing now.
Yeah, I think that takes time. I mean, you had to go through a desert. I'm a man of faith. Yeah, man. I don't
Hmm.
know your position on that, but
I stand with you.
okay. So there's a moment that God has to put us through a path,
Hmm.
right? And you got to go through the desert.
Yep.
And in the desert, you're in sandals.
Mm.
So the sandal, they gotta, you're gonna have sand on your toes and it
Yeah.
burns. Okay,
Yeah.
so you're gonna go through some process and go through the heat and go through
Hmm.
those pebbles that on your sandals, but then afterwards, when you get to the promised land,
Hmm.
everything's gonna be smoothed out. But you got to go
Deep.
through this process,
Yeah.
and
You
I
do.
believe that's what God was putting in your path. You go through the process. Probably back then, um, you know, you wouldn't see certain things that you're seeing now, and then now you're like approach things a little bit more, probably like more open-minded, and then you're more open to things, and you change.
Yeah.
A lot of things that we go through in life, a lot of struggles and mountains that we got to climb, it changes us,
Yeah.
changes us a lot, changes a lot. And then I believe that's what happened to you, because the way you are now, you're very, very different from what you were in the past. And now you appreciate the little things even more than probably you in the past. You didn't even was able to even see it.
Hmm.
This is why you don't want to go into getting picked up by a team if you're not gonna give 100%, and that's very humble of you. A lot of people, they don't even care about that. They don't even care if they're gonna give good performance. They just wanna quickly, "Yeah, sign me up. Put me in with a team. I don't care if I jeopardize it. I don't care if I'm not that good to be clutching, in intense moments. Just put me in. Give me a jersey. Hurry up." You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And now the way how you see things is totally different. I'm gonna just stay where I'm at. I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna practice. I need to get back in my game. Once I'm at 110% and I feel ready, go ahead, pick me up.
Yeah.
That is humble.
Thank you.
Wow. Upgrade your screen time, whether you're gaming, working, or just browsing, with Gamer Advantage blue light blocking eyewear. They are expertly crafted for gamers or for anyone that's in front of a screen for long hours. Featuring Resme lens technology, these glasses are engineered to minimize digital eye strain and shield your eyes from the detrimental effects of blue light. Doctor recommended, potentially boost focus, and significantly enhance sleep quality, ensuring you stay at the top of your game. Visit gameradvantage.com for more information and use promo code RASCALS at checkout to get 10% off your purchase. I do earn a commission when you use the promo code, which helps sustain and grow the podcast. Once again, Visit gameradvantage.com for more information and use promo code RASCALS at checkout to get 10% off your purchase. Big. Because at the end of the day, what that happens is that goes onto your legacy and that goes into your name, and everybody's going to remember you for that. And everybody's going to remember, man, when this guy was playing, it was spectacular. He gave out excellent performance. He was phenomenal. And you will always leave that, fingerprint on the in the gaming industry, especially on Rainbow Six Siege, where you're
Thank
at.
you. It's very kind of you to say.
Oh, you're welcome. So, wow, man, it's amazing all the stuff you've been through. You know what's really funny? There was a moment. Let me tell you, I knew about you. It was watching Super, the coach for back then was Sonics, and Seth Hoffman. So he will be streaming, some tournaments, whatever that was going on, and you guys were playing. I forgot which team was it, and I'm trying to remember, but there was one moment that I will never forget. You guys got Fuse. Back then, there wasn't this opera. For those of us listening, real quick, I'm talking about Rainbow Six Siege. If you probably don't understand, in Rainbow Six Siege, there's a lot of operators that they do different, have different abilities. So there was a moment that you guys picked Fuse, and you guys were on a third floor. I don't know if it
Oh, and
was.
we use it to open the floor boards?
Yes,
Yeah.
bro, that right there, I mean, it was freaking wild. And I remember on stream, people were just like the chat box. You could just see it scrolling like 1,000 miles per hour. You can't even read it. Oh my God, that was freaking insane. I would have never thought of that. And when you guys did that, I was like, holy smack. I cannot freaking believe my own eyes. That was
No.
like the smartest thing ever. You
Yeah.
came up with that idea? Who came up with that idea?
I think that was call out tech. I think that was from one of their old teams that we implemented because the fuses would you would drop the fuses and some of the pucks would actually start landing in the site too.
Mm.
And so it was just we really allowed each other to just dream, I feel like that's all Siege really is about, at the highest level. It's about how much theory you can create and just how deep you can theorize. And I feel like we really just opened the box because the game was very 2D, it was very passive. You had to have info in people's mind to take risk. But we kind of really came out with just this kind of new style of Siege that, we just took risk and we weren't afraid to take them. And I feel like you see that nowadays in the game a lot, which is how aggressive players play and how free spirited the teams are with making plays, making mistakes. So I feel like it's nice to see that there is change happening.
Wow. Yeah, that was that moment. That's when I started looking into you guys. And actually after that, I became friends with Spiff. And I reached out to Spiff
Chris
and
Park,
yeah,
that's a
really
boy.
nice guy, very humble.
Amazing man.
He followed me back on Twitter and we were talking, and I've been trying to get him on the podcast. And but it was a while back. This is almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And we talked one time, and but very humble kid, very humble. Well, a young man, not a kid.
Yeah.
Young man. In case he's listening, I love you, brother, man.
Yeah.
Spiff, get back to me, man. I gotta get you on the pod, man. Wow. And do you miss your old teammates?
I feel like, yeah, because there's always at a point there's always human interaction. So I feel like
Yeah.
you always kind of miss that with people. Everyone is their own person. So I loved all my teammates. Outside of the game, whether inside the game we succeeded or not, we reached certain heights. That's all done and dusted. But as people, yeah, I miss my teammates. they're all great. I feel like really what teammates are amazing for is just always like they're not like they're more annoying than friends because they tell you when you fuck up. So it's like
Yeah.
they're just brutally honest. They're more like brothers and they become brothers to you. And yeah, like some of my teammates I'm still friends with today, like close friends with, like Jay and I know, like we're still tight. Me and Shut like are still really close. And then like some of the staff members, still close with them, and then just from other teams too, still really close with them. So it's just like it becomes a big community really when you're outside of the competition and like the fog of war, and
Yeah.
especially like just all over the world too, in all the regions. Just it's amazing people like behind the screens. So yeah,
Yeah, it's good. It's really good. I mean, deep inside, you always, you're gonna miss your teammates because I remember there's like a family,
hmm
and on the other aspect is a business too.
yeah,
And some they're gonna part ways, some they're gonna go to another org, they're gonna go to another team. It's not like you hate them,
mm
you still
you
love
love
them,
them.
but it's
It's a
competition.
business. Yeah,
It's a business, is what it is. So. Uh, when you went with M80, not all your teammates coulda hop on and go with you
yeah,
to M80, so you got picked up with M80 and you play with them. You got to play with, Spoit, right?
yeah,
Yeah, Spoit.
yeah.
I know Spoit as well. He's a really nice kid as well. Really
Amazing,
nice guy, yeah, really nice.
good friend.
I've been trying to get him on the pod. He is tough to
Yeah.
get on the I'm like, "Dude, come on." "Oh, but talk to this guy." I said, "Spoit, dude, you can make the decision. Just get on." I said, look at all the people that's been on the pod, and you're gonna say you're gonna make it more complicated. Nah, just get on.
He always
I'm
used to
busy
talk
this week.
about starting a podcast.
Huh?
He always used to talk about he's like, "Dave, you think I'd be good at a podcast? I could have a podcast." I'm like, "You could do it, man."
Of course. Podcasts, a lot of people don't understand. I mean, it's the way you want to do it. It's very different. Um, it's very strange because podcasters, it's not like they compete against each other. We compete against ourselves.
Mm,
That's the competition. You're competing against yourself. And you're not just competing because you wanna be the number 1. There's nobody gonna beat Joe Rogan.
yeah.
That's hands down. And people say, "Well, I just saw Joe Rogan drop down to number 2 or number 3." I go, "Yes, it's true. He dropped down number 3 on where?" "Oh, I saw it on Spotify. He dropped." Yeah, on Spotify on United States for that week, but he is number 1 in every fricking country. You're making that mistake, and he said that because there's some people, it's like they go to him and he gets word and win like, "Oh, we just beat Joe Rogan and we're number 1." And he'll just laugh. He goes, "Okay, well, I'm number 1 in Europe. I'm number 1 in every single country in Europe. I'm number 1 in all Asia. I'm number 1." I said, "Okay, what are you talking about?" So but it is more that you compete against yourself, and everybody has a different style,
Mhm.
and it's like a radio station, basically. You just listen to who you want to listen to. I
Yeah.
listen to like probably 10 different podcasts out there. There's some that I like, and there's some episodes that I won't be interested in. There's some
Yeah.
that I would be, and some that I won't. And whoever comes on, I'll just listen to it. So it's more like that. I mean, he should do it. I mean, I could help him out and tell him, give him some pointers.
No, for sure.
It's fun, but it is tough. A lot of people tried it. Some work out, some don't.
Mhm.
Um, there's this pros, there's cons. It's like anything. One of the worst things is scheduling.
Yeah.
That's the toughest part. It's a miracle I was able to get you. Because knowing that you're streaming and you're getting back on the groove and you're practicing and you're doing all what you gotta do. But, yeah, the scheduling is what like, freaking hard as
Yeah.
heck.
I can
Yeah.
imagine trying to just because
Oh,
people probably
there's
don't message back too well, and then it's just
Oh, yeah.
uh,
I got even big professional people, I don't wanna mention their names,
Yeah, no,
I
no
mean,
need.
really, really big, and they'll, like, say yes, and then they'll just, like, don't message back,
Yeah, they'll just drag it
and
out.
I'm like and then the thing is what they don't know that on Twitter or X, we call it now, I could see that you saw my message.
Yeah.
I could see that you saw it, and you're just freaking ghosting me now. You're freaking,
Yeah.
like, ignoring the crowd. Don't freaking do that. Just say, "Hey, listen, you
I
know what? I just found out this is not my cup of tea. I'm a little bit scared to talk on the phone, or talk on, on a podcast." Don't freaking do that. I just
Mm,
just just say, "Hey, or I can't," or let's reschedule.
yeah,
That's more, very more professional. If you say yes, let's do it, and you can't, then fine. But say, hey, listen, I can't, but I can next month, and we could reschedule for next month, and then fine, let's lock in and we'll schedule it. We'll put it down, put you in.
yeah.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? As soon as I had my friend Summit 1G come on, now a whole bunch of people, oh, heck yeah, I'm ready now. And I go, really? Oh, but just so you know, you got to wait a long time.
Mm,
Because when I begged you,
to come on,
I
you didn't wanna come.
begged you to come on, you never want to come. But now that you know that I'm friends with Summit 1G, now you want to come on. And I said, yeah, I'd say you shouldn't do
Alright.
that. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. You should do it just because you wanna help out. I'm not a really big, humongous podcaster, but, I'm open to bring anybody on. I don't care if you're popular, if you're famous. You don't have to be really big and so well known and millions
Mhm.
of followers. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
I very humble about it. I bring anybody, just as long, you're a good person, you got a good heart, and let's go for it. Let's
Yeah.
talk. I don't care. I'll bring a teacher. I'll bring anybody.
Yeah.
Oh, I only got 100 followers. I really okay. Even better. Come on.
Do what you have to say.
Yeah, I don't even care. I said that's not what's important to me. What's important, we could have a good conversation and we could talk about things, and you could educate me, help me out. Let
Yeah.
me learn. That's all it's all about.
That's all life's about.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people, and it's unfortunate in the gaming community. It's unfortunate. There's a lot that have this big, humongous freaking ego. I mean, their egos is just way too much. And I'm like, listen, I want to express myself so much, but then I got friends like, nah, Jeff, just keep it down. Don't worry about it. Just don't say nothing. So I'm like, okay. And there's few people that I talk to, and they always give me good advice.
Yeah.
I'm
You
really
need
good
those
friends with.
people.
Oh yeah, I'm very good friends with Richie,
Rexon?
Rexon. Yeah,
Yeah.
very good friends with him. I mean, he has my personal number. We'll text each other back and forth, and he always gives me really good advice. Yeah, him, Packer, um, Jaden. So he also gives me good advice. Seth, he's very blunt.
Yeah.
Seth is like one of those guys that I really respect his opinion, but he's very blunt.
Mhm.
He'll tell you right off the bat if you're doing something wrong. He'll tell you if you're doing good. He will just tell you like how it is.
Mhm.
But he's one of those guys that if there's something like, okay, I really need really depth advice, I'll
Mhm.
probably go to him out of a lot of people. But yeah, who are the people that always gave you advice when you were starting out?
So, when I was underage, Skies was a big mentor. He kinda opened my eyes to, like, treating myself more as a brand and not a person, just with what I say, like, making sure, like, you're always watching, like, just what you put out there into the
Mhm.
world. And then obviously, like, just over the later years, like, that's developed into, like, just more or less just helping just the hope you could put out into the world, like the confidence you can give to people to inspire them to do their own things. So I feel like that's really helped me. And then one of my biggest mentors, honestly, like top one was probably Kickstar. He
Oh
was
yeah.
I remember like I used to when he was in Poland, playing, like, he was streaming, like, crazy hours, but I used to watch, like, all his whole streams, and he used to always, make this, this tuna dip, and
Mhm.
I used to eat it too, like, I was a huge fan, and one of my clips actually, like, it was one of my first, like, 1v5s I posted, he commented on it nutty, and, like, you think, like a lot of times people think that, like, you have to do a lot to have impact, but a lot of
Mhm.
time it comes down to just not it's just being a good human, and, I feel like
Yeah.
that comment helped me a lot to just believe in myself, and, like, yeah, he was really one of my biggest mentors, honestly.
Man, if it wasn't for Kickstarter, I would have never gotten into Rainbow Six Siege, to be honest. I've been on his channel one time, a couple times, and this was back when I started getting into Rainbow and just learning a little bit about it. And I said this a bunch of times on a podcast, and it was because of, when he did that, 7-second ace.
No, I'm playing, love
Yeah,
it.
on plane, yeah, and that right there impacted me so much. I was like, "How in the heck he did this in 7 seconds?" And the way he did it, and I was just like I just took I just got locked in. I was like, "Okay, I wanna be like this guy. I wanna play
Yeah.
like him." And, of course, that would never happen because I was on Xbox. But still, I mean, geez, that's what kinda, like, shift me over, and I did not know, uh, how the Twitch worked, and you subscribe, and you coulda get his charm. Until this day, I am so much in pain because of that. Because if I woulda known that you subscribe and then you link your account, and I thought that it only worked for PC account,
Not yeah,
so I didn't know that it woulda worked
on Xbox.
on Xbox. So I never subscribed because I didn't know.
Yeah.
And now I regret it so much, and I've been begging, and sometimes when Rainbow Six, Siege posts something, I say, "Listen, please bring back Kickstarter's
Kickstarter
charm."
trial. Yeah, just make it an in-game thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, they have Icy Cat. That's another one that passed away. He would give out good content on YouTube, on stuff on Rainbow, and but I said, "Man, Kickstarter deserves his to come back, and they should have something." I don't care. I'm willing to pay for it, and I know he was a very good human being. He would donate, money to, I think, food banks and stuff like that. He says something like that. I can't remember 100%. Don't quote me on it, but I just remember he's saying something about giving food and helping out. Um,
Yeah,
but
no, he was an amazing guy.
yeah, I mean, I wish they bring that back. I really do, really do. They bring his charm back because he deserves it. And what's really sad, that a lot of these young new players that are coming into Rainbow Six Siege, you mention his name, they don't even know him. They're like,
Yeah.
"Who's that?" I know Jinxie, I know Stompin', but who is Kickstar? And that just breaks my heart. Let me tell you who Kickstar is. He's the GOAT. That guy is phenomenal, phenomenal.
Yeah.
Wow. So he was one of the people that you looked up to when you started off?
Yeah. And then,
Wow.
Pangu, of course, cause I feel like they really and Bolo, like, those 4, cause I feel like it allowed you to, always kinda, look at someone to see, "Okay, I need to improve my movement, to improve my aim. I need to
Mhm.
improve my thinking, my situational thinking, how I process positions, how I use my utility," just all different types of aspects of the game. I was able to study and just train all of them. I become unique in all of them, and I feel like that's what really helped me, and, yeah, it was nice too because I got to meet my mentors, got to compete against them, and yeah, so it was nice. It was
Wow,
nice.
wow, that's wild. That's wild. Pango's also a nice guy.
Yeah.
Really, he's really cool. I remember, all the heat and stuff that he received with the thing with Chico and all this, and then, I said, "You know what? Let me get to know him better, and then I'll judge for myself," and then come to know it, he's phenomenal. Then he put
Yeah.
me to mod for his channel, and then he followed me on X and everything. I was like, "Oh, this guy's, like, really nice." Now we'll DM each other back and forth once in a while, and I was like, "This guy's really nice. It's all these people just freaking overdo it and just
Yeah.
wanna cause hate, and, honestly, this guy, once you meet them, they're just really nice people.
Mhm.
They're really good. They're really nice, so wow, that's amazing. That's amazing, man. Wow. So you got to play with a lot of people and were you able to play anytime with Kickstarter or you never got to play had the chance to play with them?
I like, my memories, like, 'cause I have, like, probably, honestly, I think definitely we've played. I
Probably
can't
like on a
remember off
rank
the top.
match or something?
Yeah, like, but we've been to, like 'cause, like, the Vegas LAN League, so, like, I've met him, like, we've talked, we've had conversation, like, but
Yeah.
I don't know, like, in Siege if we've played, but I've watched plenty of hours of him, so I feel like I'm playing with him every day.
Yeah. Yeah, it comes a time that you're
Yeah.
always surrounded and then you see them on stage and on backstage and you talk to them, and then you see them playing. It's like you feel like you know them forever.
Mhm.
Oh man, I'm glad you're back and you're doing good, man, to be
No.
honest.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here because it's, like, and the nice thing too, it's like, I feel like in life, a lot of the time, you don't chase what you love, it chases you to some extent too. And I feel
Yeah.
like I've seen that the game, like, is still, like, people have been, like, just reaching out, giving confidence, giving love, like, wishing me well, wanting to actually, like, see me back, and it's not like a I feel like a lot of things are contingent, a lot of things fade in this world, and to see, like, that, like, people, like, still love, still support, and still wanna see me back at that level, and still enjoy, like, just the quality of Siege that I produce, like, just the game that, like, just kinda happens, like, it's amazing to see.
Yeah. Man, it feels good to know that, you have a lot of people embracing you and they want you back and they're happy to see you back.
Yeah.
And that makes you feel good. I mean, 'cause it lets you know that, "Hey, they care about me
Mhm.
all this time," and then they remember you, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow, so have you done any scrims lately or
Yeah, I've been scrimming recently, just building back, so, like, I feel like I'm just gonna keep scrimming because, like, I was playing ranked, but ranked isn't always, like,
Oh, yeah.
the
It's
ranked is good, but for mechanics, but for, for game knowledge of competitive style, just ops, meta, it's always good to scrim.
Mhm.
And I feel like I really just wanted to get back in the swing of the competitive side of things since I had been out, like, I've been watching, but obviously playing is different. And just finding, where I fit, like where my style is now, how I want to utilize myself. It's been good. And just getting used to being back in a team environment too.
Yeah, I mean, it's very different because I I know quite a bit of pro players, and I always tell them, "Listen, if you guys wanna play unranked, I'll do it, but I'm
Yeah.
not playing ranked with you guys," you know? And and they all say no, and one time I played, it was Packer, I think it was Packer, Gavin, I forgot who else. It was, quite a bit of crew. They said, "Okay, Jeff, we'll play an unranked match with you or Mr. B," or I forgot. And, we got to play, and their play style is so freaking different and so wild. I felt like I was a newcomer, I was a copper 1 and a copper 4, I don't care. I was like, "What the heck are you guys doing?" And they knew they could understand. They would if this person was going on roof or this person was they already knew what they were doing
Mhm.
without them saying what they're gonna do. For me, I was like, "Okay, I'm going down here. I'm gonna do this." I'm giving all this detail, my call outs, and they're like, "Okay, don't worry about it, Jeff. Don't worry. We got it," And I was just like, I just people don't understand how different and how even difficult because your guys' style is so different.
Yeah.
It's so complicated. The call outs and everything is so precise and I mean, very detailed. that a lot of these people, they don't understand. And when you're streaming, they're like, "Can I play with you? Can I play with you?" I said, "Dude, by all means, you're sure you wanna get into that boat? Fine." But, it's gonna be very difficult for you because when you're playing ranked, they're gonna it goes by MMR. I don't know if now I think they're gonna change that soon.
Mhm. The next
But
season.
yeah, next season they're gonna change that, but you're gonna be competing against people of of the same level, and it's not gonna be easy.
Yeah.
It is freaking hard. I'm like, "You know what? I know my limits. I know where I'm good at, and I know where I'm gonna play, with who I'm gonna play with." And I never asked, man. Trust me, I never asked to be begging to play with these guys. I don't care. I mean, Richie, no, I'll play unranked. Because I know I'm gonna make mistakes,
Yeah.
and I don't want them to get ticked off and they're dropping in rank because of me. Nah, I'll do unranked.
Yeah.
Man. So when you're streaming, you're playing, you got a group of people you always play with, or you just doing solo queue?
I just try to find new people, like,
Mhm.
with me, like, I've always played with people around the world, so, like, the other day, I was playing with people from EU, like Alamau and, Benjamin Master, and then sometimes I'm playing with my teammates from NA, and then sometimes I'm playing with, uh, my old teammates from NA, like, Fultz, NJR, Jack, JNNO, should I say, like, so I'm always just trying to find the people who are competing, even in
Oh,
ranked, so yeah.
Voss got to play with you?
Yeah. We were playing last night and a few
Oh,
3
really?
nights ago too.
Oh, okay. I had him on the podcast.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of, you guys' episode.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice
Mhm.
guy.
No, he's been a good friend for, like, I've known him all the way back to when I was on the Xbox, when we didn't like each other.
Really?
Yeah, and then we became good friends. So,
How the
like,
heck that happened? You guys were rivalries?
I
Rivals
don't
or
even
what?
know, like, a lot of like, sometimes, like, just, like, you don't even know people on
Mhm,
Xbox, but just, like, sometimes their persona, like, you just don't, like, and I was just one of those guys, initially to be hard to like, I talked a lot, people know who
mhm.
I was, but, once we kinda got to PC, we weren't, like, friends, but we played a little bit of tournaments together, like, for CCS, and then really towards, like, when we were pro, like, when he was on SSG and I was on DG, we were really good friends, and then with teammates on SSG.
Wow, I never knew this.
Yeah.
False, you didn't mention this. In case he's listening. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Very nice young man.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
nice young man. Benjamin Master, that's another one I'm trying to reach out to get on.
He's not much of a talker though, so
That's probably why. That's probably why. Man, that's crazy. You know what's sad? When you were with the Australians, that org just like this, we're not gonna do no more Rainbow
yeah,
Six Siege. That crushed my heart. That crushed a lot of people
yeah. That was a
because
really nice org to be in the scene.
yeah, because my thing is, it's like right now, certain orgs. This what happened with, for example, with Team Secret. Um, they basically almost dropped everybody, and I'm like, what the heck just happened here?
Mm.
This is a team that went second place. That's freaking good. And then all of a sudden, Joom is no longer there, and people are. I'm like, what the heck is going on? It just confuses the heck out of me. You guys, I think you guys went second place. I think was it SI
We went 2nd place at Charlotte, and then we went 4th at SI.
fourth in SI and second place in Charlotte. Yeah,
Yeah.
majors, and I mean that is freaking good. Second place is good. You're still gonna get some money out of that.
Mhm.
And but then when an org says, "No, it's time to move on," it's like it's for me, I just don't understand. I'm like, "Okay, you guys made second place, it's good." And then when the team, the org says, "This is it," they post it on X, I was like, "Oh, man, what a bummer." And I was happy to see that you got picked up by M80, And I was like, "Okay, good. He got picked up. Connor got picked up. Good." And they made that really nice video.
Yeah, me and Henry made that video. Uh,
Really?
yeah,
That
we
was
were
freaking wild.
yeah, we cooked that one up.
Wow, that was freaking wild. I thought, uh, the CEO, I forgot his name,
Marco.
must have yeah, Marco, which I had on the pod as well. I thought he spent a lot of money, to make that video. That
It
was
was
wild.
our videos are low budget, high production value,
Yeah, but it looked like really like it
and
paid
we just
thousands
did
of
it in my
thousands.
house. It was just in my house.
Really?
Yeah.
Crazy. Okay, I you know what? I can't wait to see the next video that you're gonna make when you
Oh,
do a
the
comeback.
it's gonna be good, bro. I'm already thinking about it.
Really?
Yeah.
You already got it in
Yeah.
mind.
Just
I think
waiting to pull the trigger.
man, I'm excited, man. I'm excited for you, man. I can't wait till you come back.
I'm excited too. Just to
Oh, man.
yeah. Just for it's all like, 'cause it's just such a fun experience, like the being able to show up with the fashion, like it's
Yeah.
just like everything. Like I don't know. I just love the game, and
Yeah.
I can't wait to be playing it again.
God, I can't wait either, man. Because you bring excitement, you bring a lot of stuff into this. It's gonna be big. I know when the announcement come in, it's gonna be big. People are gonna go, "Yeah, freaking go!" And you make that video.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I should send you, like, a poster to put really just put my poster on my podcast and now, like, on one of your walls in the video. Even
Yeah.
though if it's halfway cut through,
I got you.
still. Hey, you remember that cartoon Monsters, Inc. when, they did a promotion of the of the commercial and his half of his face cut, and he's like, "I was on there, I was on." It's like, dude, you're it's like
That's
halfway.
me.
Yeah, that's me. I'll be excited. I don't care, man.
Oh my gosh.
That'll be funny.
No, we'll have to do that.
Yeah, something, man. That'll be funny. Cause your videos, your comeback, your videos are just like insane. They're freaking wow,
Oh,
man. You're still young and everything. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
23. Turned
Oh,
24 in June.
geez, you're young. You got years to go on this, man.
Yeah.
You got years to go. Yeah, because there's some that once they get, I think at the age of 29 and 30, I think is at the time they'd be like, okay, now I got to start looking to do something else because of their eye coordinations.
But that's a myth.
Really?
Yeah, because that's one of the things we said that like that stuff like most of the time like that's just like fatigue, burnout, and those aspects kind of like ticking in. But if you like keep managing yourself correctly,
Hmm.
they say that your reaction time doesn't deteriorate.
Oh, really? I'm not gonna mention which game, what organizations or whatever, but I know throughout the esports industry, because it's really big, there's some
Mm,
thousands of games out there, but there are some that take freaking, um, you know, medications like for ADHD to
mm,
concentrate so they could just like really focus down hard. And some people they were cracking down on that, like, hey, you can't do that because you're not now. If it was prescribed by a doctor, fine, but you can't be taking this stuff. It's not.
yeah.
You shouldn't be doing that. And it's like, and it's not only on esports, but it happened even with college students
Mm,
that I heard of, and I find out allegedly, so that this has been going on. They don't even have they don't have anything, and they just take it and get this medications, and then just so they can improve and they can help
mm,
memorize stuff. And some will be just doing that stuff on even in the gaming industry. Oh, it helps me focus, helps me lock in even better. I was like, you don't need that, honestly.
mm,
Honestly, you don't. You just get so I thought that the older you got, the reaction time will be slower and stuff. So you're saying it's like that's been debunked, so basically you just gotta practice and practice.
Yeah.
It's true because I see Senville. Senville's, I had him on, Senville?
I know some.
Yeah, so Senville, I have him on the pod, and he's an older guy, and he's, I think it's in his 30s, and his reaction time, I see him is quick and fast. I'm like, "Wait one second, something's not clicking here. This guy plays good." So I'm just like, "Okay, let's see what it is." I mean, I don't know. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I thought because I usually see a lot of times once you get a certain age, these orgs start looking around.
Yeah, I'm not like because I feel like in CS you see it a lot more older players still
Mhm.
playing, to like a really good level.
Yeah.
But in Siege, I feel like we're still a newer esport. So like it's not like we haven't gotten to like that 20 plus of like actual like pro play. Like we just hit 10 years. So I feel like in another 10 years we'll probably see more or less some 30-year-olds in the league playing.
Yeah. Well, if you're good, you're good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're
It's
good,
an
you're good.
undeniable fact.
Yeah,
And
there's
if
nothing you gonna do about that. If you're freaking good and you're 32 years old, 33 years old, and you still, you know,
still
you're in the
hang,
top 10, why get rid of you? Keep
yeah.
you. You're a top 10 player in the world, Of course any team will wanna pick you up. But there's some that you notice that it's time for them to hang up the gloves. And I always recommend some people like, "Listen, get into streaming. Start getting into streaming." Yeah, just get into streaming, and I tell that to everybody. I mean, not just
Yeah.
a specific group, but I tell everybody because you never know.
Mhm.
There was one thing that Kickstarter said that made a lot of sense. I was on a stream one time, and people would say, "Hey, when are you gonna come back? Are you gonna ever come back? And are you gonna come back?" And he says, "Listen, guys, I am happy where I'm at." I said, "You don't know the pressure that it takes to be in and pro league. You don't know the pressure to be in with an org that you don't know any moment could be the moment they could drop you. You just don't know, and you're like walking on glass. It's just like it's a big stress. You always got to put in like the best performance ever, and if you have a rusty season, watch out. You're gonna be more likely to be packing your bags."
Mhm.
And I was like, "Man," he says, "Me? I'm a commentator. I do this. I have no stress. I could go to every major there is. I could speak. I could do this, and I'll always be part of Rainbow." And I was like, "That makes sense." He is so smart. He played
Yeah.
it smart. Yeah, because he could have gone back if he wanted to, but he was thinking about long term. And I think a lot of times, a lot of these players don't think about that long term aspect of it, if, you got other options, you could do streaming, you could continue that, and you already build a legacy, build a fan base, and you could continue, making money while you're not, in the pro scene anymore. You're
Yeah.
retired off of it, It's like Bolo, for an example. Bolo, everybody knows Bolo, and he just continue and just doing, streaming. He's an amazing player too.
Yeah.
He did phenomenal. I became buddies with Achieve, met
Steve's a
him,
good guy.
very good guy, and, once in a while we get in contact and everything, and I had him on the pod. So he's very competitive.
Yeah.
He's very competitive. I didn't know. I think he's one of the most competitive players I ever encountered. And I get to talk to because I'm like, man, he really wants to, you know, he wanted to do a lot of things, but unfortunately with DZ, and he was with them, and then afterwards he just like, okay, time for me to retire. it's sad because there's a lot of players out there that are just really good, and I know they still have more. They could give more, but, life continues. Some people just, rather "Okay, I just rather do this now." But, yeah, streaming is really, really good. Man, that's wild. Iconic is wild, man. When you came back on, all your buddies, started reaching out to you, wanted to play again with you
Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah,
once they found out? Oh, that's
yeah.
crazy.
Like, once, cause they would always, they would be checking in, but then, once I was back, now, they're asking me again to play ranked and stuff like that, so it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, now that that's back, it's just about just keeping the playing going, cause I went so long without being able to play for, a week straight, and, now I'm able to play for a week straight, so I'm just enjoying that, and then I'll keep building upon that and just keep finding that joy for just playing again.
Now, when you left, the game, I mean, obviously evolved and it's a lot of new things and not new operators. Do you like the current state of how Rainbow is now versus back then, or do you like more of the classic style?
I think for me, the game is the game. I'm not really too, uh, reminiscent on old Siege, new Siege, I just play what's in front of me, and what I do is win, and I feel like the things that I do don't really associate with operators. It's more or less team, daily dynamic, and then just the actual push to achieve the goal, and then having just the confidence and not having the fear to actually go into games where you're on the line for these majors and win them, and then go to the majors, and then actually, be able to build a capable product and team style to have success at the majors. So it's just, I feel like those things is really what I know how to do, and
Mhm.
just I know how to just lead in those aspects, and I feel like that's really strong. But then also too, it's I'm really good at Siege too, so it's that's why I'm taking this time to just relearn the stuff that I missed out on, because there is new stuff, but then there is stuff that doesn't change. You know, like with basketball, there might be this season there might be taking more 3-point shots than 2-point shots, but
Oh, yeah.
at the end of the day, they're still running plays. They still have those fundamentals that you have to respect in order to actually win games. And it's the same thing in Siege. And yeah, so I feel like those are just the things I bring.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of new operators out there now, and I'm kinda happy that they're gonna have a good counter, uh, against shields because I
Yeah.
hate freaking shields, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna be honest with you, and I think I talked to this with, Foltz. In my opinion, this is me. Water shields and trackers, they should be eliminated in majors. And I'm gonna tell you why, and I wanna know your perspective on this. I wanna know your opinion. If I cannot see you behind a wall, then I have to depend on what? Droning. What else? If they destroy my drone, then I
Yeah.
had to depend on
You
sound,
yeah. The
shadows.
game.
I gotta use freaking skills. I gotta. It's gonna take a lot. I'm okay. Now I gotta find you. With having a tracker, um, let's say for an example, Deimos, which I hate a lot. He there's no skills involved in that.
Mhm.
He's already know your location. And the thing is, yes, it gives his location, but only to you. But then, Deimos will tell everybody, "Oh, I know where he's at. He's over here. He's in balcony, or he's over here. He's on the bottom floor." And everybody would know it's I could see you and I could just shoot you through a wall and you're dead.
Mhm.
That's the thing that I just don't like because it for me, in my opinion, it doesn't take no skills for that.
Yeah.
Same thing goes with Jackal. Boom, pings. Oh, there you are. Oh, geez, I was about to go upstairs right here and you would have killed me. But thank God I had Jackal. Now don't go upstairs now. I could shoot you right underneath, So, and it's
And they have the
Oh
new
man.
character too, Snake, that has like a phone, and you can see like you can scan like rooms around you to see people.
Yeah. So
It,
it's like
it's bad.
it is. And my thing is that what was this guy, Joshua Mills, I think his name. He goes on stage and says, F freaking cheaters or whatever.
Yeah.
I would really like to bring him on the podcast because I reached out to him and I really want to talk to him because I yeah, I mean, I want to have a conversation. If I disagree with you, it's not that I'm going to trash talk you or say anything bad about you, but I want to know why is it that if you're against people that are wall hacking, but why you have wall hacker abilities on certain operators. For me, in my opinion, I think it takes more skill to go toe to toe, one on one with somebody without using none of that stuff.
Yeah.
There was on SI, there was a moment that FaZe freaking used Damus, and Shaiko was by himself. He was all of his teammates were dead. Boop, they used Damus. They knew where he was at. Killed him in a second.
Jeez.
And I was like, you know what? It's freaking unfair. I just don't find any skills to that.
Yeah, all you have to do is get a ping on the person.
Yeah, that is it. Boom. Okay, he's there. Oh, easy win. Boom. They killed him. And then for that to disappear, it takes a while.
Yeah.
You know, they buffed that on with Lion back then when Lion came out. Because with Lion, you press that scanner
You can
and
see through the walls.
see through the walls, and they know where you're at. And excuse me. I mean, I understand they're trying to bring more stuff, more things to make the game more excited and make things that the game
They have to be
um
careful though with that.
yeah, with what?
With just all the new operators they add, because like you're
Yeah.
saying, it starts to get like just uncompetitive and just kind of
Yeah, it
arcadey.
bingo. That's what I'm saying. It's too much. I mean, this is for me, this is why I like more the classic style in a way, because classic style didn't have that much.
Mhm.
Yes, they had Cavi, which I was also against because Cavi give everybody's location. And it's like, oh man, I wish there was a gentleman's agreement on this. And Halo, there were certain weapons that were so overpowered. So what they do on stage and they'll do what's called the gentleman's agreement. Okay, guys, we won't use this weapon. You guys won't use it. We won't use it. Okay, we won't use it. Because the devs refused to remove it during tournaments. Because
So they
that
just
was,
ruined themselves.
oh, it's one shot, one kill, you're dead. Forget it. You're done. And they don't care the distance. It's like having a Cali rifle, on you all the time. So you don't have that on Rainbow Six Siege. It's like, okay,
Mhm.
guys, let's do a gentleman's agreement. No trackers and no kills. Let's try. Now we're gonna go with skills. And I
People wouldn't
highly doubt
last.
it. Yeah, that won't. They're like, nah, we can't. We won't do that. I need my shields. I need to use the shields, and so because when you're shooting at me, I need this to stop those bullets. So, I mean, I understand use them, but it comes to a point that, for me, in my opinion, I mean, I personally don't like it, especially the trackers. If they're gonna give out the location, I don't mind so much the shields as much I just don't like the trackers. Now,
Yeah.
I would like to know your opinion on that.
Oh, I think it's honestly a good concept. Like, I feel like it would definitely mess with the skill gap with some of the teams just with their drone economy, who like actually like is using the drones correctly, clearing the map correctly as a team. Because the trackers just allow you to speed up really, like they allow you to do some alt entries and just kind of like take the pace to the defenders. And especially now, I think it's even worse because it's like before it was really only Deimos that had walls. So like you could like ban breachers and then maybe ban a Deimos, but now it's like they have Solid Snake too. So it's like there's two ops. They can kind of see people on roams, like Salt Lake's a bit worse because it's like you can only see people like on your floor and in whatever like adjacently rooms or next to you. So I feel like it'd be cool to see a tournament without trackers or shields.
Oh,
You know
that.
what?
Oh yeah, my opinion as well. My opinion as well. If they just do it like, okay, I will. It's gonna change so much the dynamic. It's gonna change everybody. And I know a lot of these pro players, some of them, not all, but a few, they're gonna be like, damn, I'm not gonna do good. I'm not gonna do good whatsoever. I'm gonna get crushed. I'm gonna go negative because I depend on knowing where these people are at so I could, get a kill. I depend on shields no matter what, so I don't die. And and they use it constantly, constantly, constantly. If those things weren't available to them, they would have to rely on so much other stuff. Like I said, the game sense, map knowledge, sound, shadows, droning, everything, the real core base of what Rainbow Six Siege is all about. I mean, I will really like to see one day in the tournaments, they say, okay, no trackers, no shields, good luck. Let the games begin. Let- a lot of people will be shedding their pants. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Pardon my French. They're gonna be shit. They're gonna be like, oh crap, I can't use Jackal. Nope. I can't use Damos. Nope. I can't use Cavi. Nope. Can't use Lion. Nope. Can't use Monty. Nope. Good luck. Let's see how good you are now. Let's see how really good you are. For me, in my opinion, that should be implemented in majors. You want to play in the big leagues? Let's see. Let's see. Because I mean, I believe they're gonna be once if that was to ever happen, they're gonna do like what you guys did. Use Fuse, open up. That is tragedy. That is using your brain, knowledge. That's wild, man. I know what you guys did. I mean, for my opinion, that's what I believe they should do. I
Like
believe that.
it'd be cool to see that.
It would. It would be tough because then what else you gonna do? You're
Yeah.
not gonna get that much. You're gonna be saving your drones like crazy, and you're gonna make sure your drones don't get, you know, destroyed.
hmm
You're gonna be playing like smart now, and you're gonna be playing differently. So I mean, that's me. That's me. I ask this question to a lot of people, man. I just want to know your perspective on it. What your opinion on it. So, well, David, bro, thank you so much for coming on, man.
Yeah. Thank you for
I-
having me, man.
Yeah, I know time is of essence. I know you got a lot on your plate and you got a lot of things to do, and I want to thank you so much for coming on. And I give everybody a minute or two. On stage to give everybody your socials, where they can find you, everything. Go ahead. The stage is
Okay.
yours, man.
So David Iconic Ifidon. Instagram is David.ifidon, Ifidon. My Twitter is iconic r6s. My Twitch is just iconic. And I just want to thank Jeff for having me on this amazing podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed the listen, enjoyed some of the stuff we talked about. It was amazing getting to just talk more in depth about everything. I feel like we covered some good life topics and even esports topics. So I hope you guys really enjoyed that. If I see you guys in stream, you guys came from here, let me know. So I just thank you for having me. And yeah.
My pleasure, brother. My pleasure. And guess what? It's not going to be the first or nor the last time I'm going to bring you on. I'm
Thank
going to
you.
bring you back on again. And
Yes.
folks that are listening, this is the first time we ever talked. This is the first time we ever talk, and the chemistry is good.
Yeah.
You
It was like two
know,
old friends, man.
yeah, like two old friends. He's my brother in Christ.
Yes.
So I love him dearly, and of course I'm gonna bring him back on, and we'll keep on talking. And that's how it is. Good
Mhm.
conversations and
Amazing.
stuff like that. Yeah, man. Well, thank you so much, Iconic. I wish you the best. I will continue to pray for you, and I know God has a really big blessing on your life.
Thank you.
There was a reason for everything. There's a purpose for everything, and I can see it flourishing in your life right now, man.
I
And
appreciate that.
trust me, it's a lot of good things are gonna come upon on you.
Thank you.
You'll see. You'll see. Well, okay, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to follow my brother here, Iconic. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. Peace.
Thank you for listening to this episode on the Rascals Lounge podcast, and please don't forget to follow us on X and on your favorite podcast platform.